Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight.
Always and about the dumbest things.
Indeed. How's it going? We get a vibe check up on screen? How's it going, friend?
Just great. I'm in finals week, so...
Oh, Lord.
Well,
I'm so
actually, technically,
sorry.
yesterday's last day of finals. I shall not sleep tonight until I am done with my grading. That is my...
Oh, Godspeed. I will not ask you to play video games when we're done recording. Not
but aren't you proud of me? I haven't... proud of me that I haven't been on Steam all day. I did see that you were on there, though, because I was sitting here...
I was about to say, are we sure that's true? Because I'm pretty sure I saw an alert. Or was that yesterday?
I mean, it's open... I just haven't got into it today. I just never closed it from yesterday. But I saw your little thing pop up that said that you were playing Fallout 76 at like 1 something today. I was working.
Nicely done. All right.
I haven't power washed anything all day.
I'm so sorry. That's tragic. But yeah, I'm chilling. I don't have anything nearly as serious as finals week going on. Yay. So I would say the vibes are good. But that brings us to everything that we've got on the list for today. We're going to be throwing it way back to the end of 2023. We're revisiting our celebrity death ballots.
I can't believe that was a whole year ago.
I know, which I have all of ours written down because I had a note in my phone, but somehow it got deleted. So I went back and I rewatched that part of the episode to figure out what everyone's were. And also I want to make sure this year, because we're going to be filling out new ones for 2025, but this year I want to make sure that everybody in the network has one, because I think it was just Arthur who did it because he was on the episode with us. But starting with mine, which was my dead certain was Jack Nicholson. That did not happen. My maybe was Ozzy Osbourne. Not something I want, but man's is not in good shape. Glad it didn't happen. Also a little surprised. And my wild card was George Santos, who is still alive.
Yeah,
I just thought it would be
pretty
funny.
much irrelevant at this point.
And pretty much irrelevant, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah,
because he filled the 24-hour news cycle for a hot minute there. It's good that he's not relevant anymore, but it was also a little bit hilarious.
Yeah, different times.
Different times indeed. Your ballot, your dead certain was Mitch McConnell. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Your maybe was William Shatner.
Which I actually saw him in this past year in person.
That's kind of wild.
And he's unfortunately more spry than I would think.
And then your wild card was Johnny Knoxville. Which, not a bad wild card.
Yeah, that's just going to be my permanent wild card, because he could die at any moment with the way that he lives his life.
You make an excellent point. So for Kyle, this I read on the air because he wasn't doing the episode with us. His certain was Dick Van Dyke, who is, hallelujah, still alive. His maybe was Clint Eastwood, which, Republican, eat shit and die, who is also still alive. And then his wild card was Denzel Washington, who is still alive. So
man, we suck at this.
We're terrible at this. And then Arthur, for his dead certain, in an incredibly safe bet that did not happen, his dead certain was Jimmy Carter. Irony of ironies, man. That man turned 100 this year.
Yeah, that's got to be dead certain for this coming year.
His maybe was Mel Brooks.
And
his wild card was Gene Simmons.
Okay, yeah, so we all suck at this.
Yeah, so we're terrible at this. We got none of them right.
We had 4 people who chose a dead certain. And
they were all different, and none of them died.
We were so sure.
But now we're going to fill out our celebrity death ballots for 2025. And again, I will be getting them from everybody on the network, and that will be compiled into a Google document for public viewing. So with that being said, who is your dead certain for 2025? And it feels like cheating to say Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, that's why I said I think that's just like a universal. That's the network dead certain. Maybe we go with that.
Dead certain. Ooh, that's a good one. We'll have all of our individuals, and then we all have to agree on something. I do like the idea of Jimmy Carter as the network dead certain.
I was gonna say it's the Pink Pony Club of the death ballot, where you put it on the playlist, and you were like, we'll just say it's for all of us because you put on one song too many on our network playlist.
But am I wrong about Pink Pony Club being for all of us? I think not. So, who is your dead certain?
Man, I just feel like I got burnt, and I'm afraid,
Understandable.
Because it's hard not to think of the same people that I used last year. I mean, there was one name that we wouldn't say out loud that I still refuse to say out loud.
And I'm not going to say
because I don't want to tempt fate, but you know who I mean.
I know exactly who you mean.
He's just the same person that
he really is not, and it's very sad to see.
Yeah. So he's up there on the list, but I'm not going to say it.
No, don't.
Not gonna.
I don't want him on there.
And now everybody else is like, who are you talking about? He is a true icon.
He is a true icon.
Of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
There's the hint.
Okay, my dead maybe is going to be Miriam Margolyes.
You said dead maybe. Dead certain or maybe?
That's maybe.
And follow up, who is that?
She's an actress. She does that show with Alan Cumming where they travel.
It's like a reality show?
Kind of, sort of. It's the classy kind of reality show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's not scripted.
Correct.
Got it.
Who is my dead cert?
I know I said Mitch McConnell last year, but I feel like he's just hanging on by a thread.
You know who my dead cert is? I'm going to switch this up. Miriam Margolyes is going to be my dead cert. My dead maybe, Nancy Pelosi.
Interesting. Okay. Has she been shown to be in bad health?
She just fell, so.
I have largely removed myself from the news as
have I.
The
I
election.
saw a meme about it on Twitter.
Yes.
And you know who my wild card's going to be? Elon Musk.
Sometimes I think the wild card is a wish you put into the universe.
You're trying to speak something into existence with the wild card. Or just what would be funniest. Which, again, a little bit of both there because he's particularly awful.
Yeah. Although my Johnny Knoxville pick was very logical, I would say.
It was.
Because He really could go at any moment. You never know what stupid thing he does, especially at his age now.
Yeah, you make an excellent point.
He doesn't have those 20-year-old bones and joints anymore.
Certain Miriam Margoyles, not necessarily wishing death on this woman. I just know that she's rather old. My dead maybe, Nancy Pelosi. My dead wild card, Elon Musk.
Okay. There's a little part of me, since I've been avoiding the news, that I'm afraid I'm going to say somebody and they'll be like, they died already?
Well, like, I mean, I won't shame you if that does happen.
Yeah, because like sometimes people die and I see it in the news. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I immediately forget about it.
It happens.
Because it wasn't somebody who was like important to me, like John McCain, for example.
Mm.
Did he die? He died, right? No.
Pretty sure.
He did. Okay, Chris is nodding. Yes, see? Exactly. It's one of those things, like I saw it in the news and I was immediately just like, oh, okay. You know, and moved on with life. Ooh, man, my mind always goes to the politicians because they're so old.
Yeah, we live in a gerontocracy. Next question.
Because my next immediate thought, is Rudy Giuliani.
Ooh, is that a certain or a maybe?
I might put him as my maybe.
Okay.
I feel like there's got to be somebody who is like, that I'm just not coming up with at the moment that I would be certain of.
I can think of another maybe.
Ooh, Chris has offered his in there.
Ooh, let me take a look.
Aw. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. So I will write that down for you, bud. Yeah.
Certain Harrison Ford, maybe Elton John, and the wild card is El Presidente 47. Again, a wish you put into the universe.
A wish you're speaking into existence.
Yes. Man, it's got to be somebody who is old, who is in poor health. And I feel like there are people like that, and I'm just not coming up with them. Why am I not coming up with them? This is podcast gold. Me just sitting here thinking.
This is podcast gold. I can also try and call Kyle in.
Oh, like ambush him. He's just sitting out there, and you're like, "Hey, come in here and talk about people you think are gonna die."
Yeah. This is why it's probably just such a fun adventure for him being here so often.
Yeah, I was gonna say he should maybe know better not to be there during the podcast. Like, oh, I had to step out and, get some coffee. Yeah,
that is on him. So do you want me to do that, or do you want to try and come up with something?
Either way, I am thinking, but I don't know how quickly I'm going to generate a thought. Is the
understandable. Kyle.
He's like, aren't you recording?
We're revisiting our celebrity death ballots.
I'm listening and I'm trying to think.
Oh.
Who I could pick differently. I don't know.
For some reason, it never occurred to me that
I forgot my picks until I heard you say them.
I've got another maybe for you.
Same.
Potentially. Mick Jagger.
Charlie Watts died before him and Keith Richards.
I know.
So I'm not gonna go there.
That's kind of understandable.
He's immortal.
Yeah, he might be at this point.
I don't know. I'm kind of going to the politicians too.
I mean, if you want to try and wish some things into the universe, be my guest. We could use it.
I can't think of anyone that old that's not like a musician or a politician.
Yeah, there have to be other old people. I mean, you wouldn't have like old athletes because they would have aged out unless they're retired.
Yeah.
But who else would be in the public eye other than actors, musicians, athletes, politicians?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why this is so hard. I don't think it was this hard last year.
Well, what about for a wild card? And we can come back to the certain.
It's really hard to pick anybody who isn't Johnny Knoxville because I still have that in my head.
That was a good pick, and like it's probably fucked up of me to say sorry that didn't work out for you. But again, not wishing death on this man.
No, I'm sure he's a lovely human being. I know nothing about him as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, you know who would be funny? Jeff Bezos. Just because of the chaos.
Just like you're like, it'd be really funny if this person died.
I mean, Jeff Bezos is also ontologically evil, so
just, you know, it's funny. You say it with such glee, like it would be funny. Yeah, you know what? I think part of the
still alive?
Gene Roddenberry is not still alive.
Oh, okay. I just didn't realize he was very old.
He would have been. Would have been rather old, but no, he's not still alive.
Yeah, we don't have hardly any original Star Trek actors left either.
Yeah, the original series is dwindling.
That's why, I mean, I had Shatner on my list last year, but again, I think he's deceptively spry.
Yeah, he is in weirdly good shape.
I think the problem is that our society is obsessed with youth. And so, like, our actors, musicians, athletes are all young, but then the politicians are, like, ancient. Because it's so, like, all about who you know.
Yeah.
And they tend to know more people because they've been around longer and made connections.
Or I have a good pick for one of mine. I don't know which I want to use this person as.
Okay, well, who do you think?
Probably...
I can give you a second opinion.
It's going to be my wild card.
Okay.
Because even though he's old, I don't want it to happen.
Understandable.
But I'm going with Stephen King.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like 80. Maybe he's not even 80 yet. I don't know.
But he also did the shitload of drugs.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like...
That could catch up to him. Again, not that I want it, but...
Yeah.
Sometimes that's how it be.
That'll be mine.
Okay. So we've got a wild card.
I know, right? Yeah, now I am legitimately... Oh, good point.
Hang on, I should have the chat pulled up.
I wasn't looking at the chat. I pulled up I'm looking at an article, celebrities over 90 years old, then and now. And I'm like, oh yeah. Shirley MacLaine.
Don't know who that is off the top of my head.
She's an actress. Yoko Ono still alive?
Yeah.
Well, she's 91. Carol Burnett. Oh man. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of very old celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I didn't want to see that one. But this is cool looking at their pictures. Willie Nelson.
Yeah, he's old as shit.
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
He is 91.
He's a rather old fellow.
Yeah, there's a lot of... Yeah, some of these people I don't know because they were actors. Don't you dare say that. He's not even working anymore, but still. Mel Brooks.
That was Arthur's maybe.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
Right. You said that. That's why I was scrolling through this, because I think it'll be helpful. Generating thoughts. Oh, yeah. Ellen Burstyn. She's
pretty old.
Up there. Yeah. This is difficult. You know what? I am going to put, I think, Carol Burnett as my
certain. Understandable.
I feel pretty solid on that one.
But
yeah, Not that I want it to happen, but yeah.
And then your wild card.
All right, I needed a wild card. A wish.
Yeah. Who do you want to die in 2025?
It can only be a politician if it is a wish. See, now it's just sounding like I'm wishing death on a person.
American oligarchs that we don't call oligarchs for whatever fucking reason.
The vice president-elect.
That would be really fucking funny. JD Vance.
I felt somehow it seemed less harsh if I didn't actually say his name. But then you went and said it. So.
But that would be hilarious.
Yeah. It's surely not going to happen, but...
Can you imagine if it did?
Wild.
Wild indeed.
Wild card. Yeah, I don't... I won't get into politics, but I don't know I don't think that that's worse.
Do you want more time to think, Kyle?
I'm going to put something in the chat, or I'm going to be talking through the chat.
Yes, interact.
What I need.
All right, well, we'll give you... You can take your time there, and we'll keep an eye on the chat. Do we want to make any other predictions for 2025?
You know, I almost don't want to think about it, because...
I almost don't want to think about it either, but I think it's bad how much... Hold on. Displaying that. Aside from the Civil War, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. You don't exactly have any stiff competition, Kyle. How well we all did last year. I'm sure we're gonna nail it this time.
Yeah.
If even one person gets one,
oh my god! Wait, how has no one said fucking the King of England?
Oh yeah, because he's in England.
You want that one? Well, that's out there for someone to... And also, rules are you have until it ticks over to 2025 to lock in your answers. So, like,
Network,
if you come
maybe?
up with something... Network, maybe. That could be good. One of my predictions for 2025, though, is that an out and proud Satanist runs for office, possibly wins, but the fact that they run at all causes a major stir. This was one of my predictions last year that did not come true, but I just feel like it's got to happen at some point because of the amount of like I know like there was some hubbub over Satanists having like a holiday display at one of the Capitol buildings and it getting destroyed. So I just I feel like it's got to be coming, you know? People are going to want to make bold statements.
I mean, I don't know that it hasn't already happened. It might just be for like an office that's like a state level or something that we're not aware of.
So like an office high enough for there to be a media shitstorm.
So like federal office.
Yeah, federal or like sort of big deal state, like governor. My other prediction is that JoJo Siwa is going to come out as trans.
Okay.
I just get a vibe.
I didn't realize that she was currently in the online space, like that she was a thing that was talked about.
Aliens confirmed for 2025. I'm here for that. Like actually like scientifically, not the government trying to distract us from gaining class consciousness, like actual scientific proof. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah. All those drones and stuff that can't be explained.
Scary.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like aliens.
Yeah. I could see that because it seems like it's been coming for a while, especially with them releasing like all the military stuff about aliens. Was that last year?
Yes. Question mark. Possibly. I can't remember off the top of my head. Ooh, are you frozen, bestie? That's not good. Or am I frozen for you? You hate to see it. Maybe maybe she's just thinking really hard. Oh, podcast gold, baby. Well, while I'm at it, let me see if I can think of any further wild cards for. I am gonna write. You know what? I am gonna start writing down a network death ballot. Network death. And everyone has to agree, so these are subject to change, but I like our potentials thus far. And I already forgot who our certain was. God damn it. But I remember our maybe is the king. His name's still Philip, right? Like, he didn't change his, like, title name. Charles. I was thinking of Prince Philip. Yeah, King Charles. Ooh, a text. Computer just crashed again. Be back in a minute. Uh-oh. All right, so King Charles is going to be our maybe. And man, did it get said in the chat? I scroll. No. Oh, well. I'm really trying to come up with things so that we don't have to cut a ton of airtime right now. I'm doing my best. Although I do think it's funny that as soon as my computer stopped having problems, her computer started having problems. There is a spiritual force out there that does not want this podcast on the air for reasons unknown. Could also check. You didn't come up with anything, did you?
I am checking something right now.
Stand by for a potential update. Maybe. Studio's built on an ancient alcoholic burial ground. You know, it's a possibility. It could explain some things. Okay, that's a solid maybe. So for anyone who's not paying attention to the chat, Kyle's maybe is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I saw a video of him recently, and he does not look great.
Understandable. So all you got to do is come up with a dead certain now, which I can give you more time on that one. It would explain a lot. Here's a thing that I have for this has nothing to do with anything other than it's a thing that I'm going to share. My mom got this in a tacky gift exchange one year, and then she gave it to me because I was in college. So, you know, duh. But I think this is going to be great for the Big Dumb Monsters ugly sweater party on Saturday. So I don't even know what it's going to be used for necessarily. I just think it feels very appropriate. So I will be bringing it. Are we gonna have to ugly sweaters? Yes. Everybody, look. If you're in the Albany area, get your ass to the Bull and Bee Meadery. We are going to be having a real good freaking time. And then there's going to be an episode of Drunk and Disorderly afterwards where Arthur and I force everyone to watch a movie. It's going to be great. I'm very excited. Also, Brooks is going to do karaoke this time. She can't say she's not because she's not here. Oh yeah, you guys are From Beyond. We're watching From Beyond. Fucking got Dommy Mommy Barbara Crampton in it. It's gonna be great. I love that movie. Hell yeah. All I had to say was Dommy Mommy Barbara Crampton, and everyone is immediately sold. We are simple folk. We are very simple folk. So those are some fun things coming up at the network. And Brooks and I are going to finish talking about Shadows, the final fucking episodes ever, tomorrow and Friday night. And Friday night, we're actually going to be in the same place talking about it because she's going to be staying with me for the weekend to attend the Big Dumb Monsters Ugly Sweater Party. So, much to look out for on the network. And I actually don't remember what movie we picked for the next regrettable reviews. Damn. Oopsies. What else have we got coming up? What's coming up for Defend this week or no? I'm thrown off because you guys had that extra episode. No Defend this week, but what's going on the upcoming episode of Big Dumb Monsters? What are y'all watching? Ah, wonderful. Clearly, we're all scrambling here at the network. Let you in on a little... yeah, hashtag prepared. Let you in on a little secret. Anytime we look professional, it is a front. It is an act. We are barely scraping by at any given time. All an illusion. Kyle, come talk to me. Aw, he can't hear me. She's back!
Oh my gosh.
3 children stacked in an overcoat. I handled it, I think.
Normally, it starts right back up, but this time, it was not having it. Of course.
You really do hate to see it. Who was our network certain? I started writing that down, and also Kyle came up with a maybe. His maybe is Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Well, I was waiting for it to restart the last time. Yes.
Jimmy Carter. That's who it was.
I pulled up the Twitch to see what y'all were doing while I was scrambling to get back on.
Did I do a good job?
I mean, I missed most of it. I just got in the tail end there.
Understandable.
Because I didn't think it was going to take that long. That's it. I've done everything I can to try to fix it myself. I'm going to have to find a repair place, I guess.
Rip.
I legitimately think there's like a loose cable in there somewhere because the people I bought it from had cracked it open to put in like extra memory and stuff. But I don't want to go messing around in there.
Understandable. All right. So you have your whole ballot. Yeah. Do you have any further predictions for 2025?
Right. That's what we were talking about. Predictions for next year. Not really.
Understandable.
I think part of it is me having like largely withdrawn from pop culture and news and stuff recently. That I'm like, I don't really know what's going on to
get it.
Predict what will go on.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't really have a shit ton either. Oh, you know what? I'm just going to throw this one out there. Lin-Manuel Miranda cheating scandal.
Cheating as in?
Cheating on his wife.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because
I just know that would cause a lot of drama if it did happen.
Has there been something? Yeah, he does seem like a very nice guy.
Yeah. I'm just throwing things out.
Yeah, I don't know.
So those are my predictions. Out and Proud Satanist runs for major government office, possibly wins, causes media shitstorm either way. Jojo Siwa comes out as trans, Lin-Manuel Miranda cheating scandal, and maybe I come up with something else by the end of this episode. Who knows?
Yeah, I think I just don't think about it that much.
That's fair.
And I think it's hard to predict what things are going to be like even 3 or 4 months from now.
Yeah.
We're going to be in a dystopia.
I try not to think about. Oh, you know what? The Wicked sequel is going to get delayed a bunch of fucking times.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, put that out there. That's what I've got so far. If we would like to move on, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
We'll leave the other 2025 thing until the end of the episode and go back to some of our sort of quote unquote regularly scheduled programming. You came up with this question a little while ago, and I'm assuming this has to do with clothing. Is there such a thing as too much matching?
Yes.
I think there is.
In what way?
I don't know. Like, if you're wearing like all green, but it's all different shade, like it's not like a matching set. Like,
well, then it's not
all
matching.
Well, that's the thing. But like, it's all different shades.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that's too much.
But that's not matching, though. We're talking like matching,
it's color matching in a weird way that I don't like. Oh, well, I don't know.
We're talking like the pinnacle of matching.
I think it depends on the color. Because if you're wearing all black, kind of like nobody really bats an eye there. I do it all the time. But if you're wearing like all yellow, I have questions.
Or
and
like
I'm not here
patterns.
to judge. You can do whatever you want. Again, like if you're wearing a suit that has like a very classy like tartan, I can rock with that. But if it's like really loud, annoying, like I don't even know. But if it's like not a good pattern, if it's not a pattern that I like, then yeah, I'm gonna say it's too much matching.
So where this actually came from was jewelry.
Okay.
Because for my last birthday, my mom had gotten me like an opal necklace and earring set. So it's like a matching set. And for some reason, it just feels wrong to wear them together.
Oh,
like I know that's the purpose.
Yeah, I would totally wear them together.
It feels too matchy to me.
Huh.
I don't know what it is. Or like I have a necklace that's just like a gray pearl pendant, and I also have gray pearl earrings, and I won't wear them together because it looks too matchy to me.
This fascinates me.
I don't know what it is.
I would absolutely wear those together.
Again, that's what you're supposed to do, I'm pretty sure, right? But I don't know why it bothers me.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But then there's like questions beyond that of like matching other people.
I mean, I've worn matching shirts with people before.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, maybe it's a little corny, but you know, fuck you, I'm having fun.
Yeah. It is kind of weird that my mom and I are very similar and we end up with a lot of the same stuff, like independently. And
that is not a problem I have.
This year she was like, oh, I just got this new coat that I'm really excited about. And it's, I forget whatever, London Fog. And it's, you know, like a red pea coat. I'm like, Mom. And she was here at the time. So I walked over to my closet, pulled out a coat and I'm like, is this the coat that I bought last year?
Is this your card?
She's like, I think it's slightly different. I'm like, we bought them at the same place. Like,
whoopsies.
It's like, I have worn this coat around you multiple times. But we have like a lot of the same cardigans because we're both cardigan people. And so there have been occasions where we've been in the same place and we almost accidentally go out wearing the same like sweater or something.
Oh no.
And so I'm like, one of us has to change, Mom. Even though these cardigans are in 2 different colors, they are the same cardigan and it's obvious.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so it just feels weird.
So I think, yes, there is such a thing as too much matching, but it depends on the color. Like, again, if someone's wearing like all gray, I wouldn't really like say anything. If someone's wearing like all
that's so bland.
Bright, it is bland. But if someone's wearing all bright green, again, I have questions.
I always think of there was a show called What Not to Wear that used to be on TLC back in the day. I don't remember exactly what years. It was like 20 years ago. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what happened to the people that hosted that. Anyway, but I used to watch it, you know, just kind of something to have on the background here and there back in the, you know, cable days. Mm-hmm. And I remember so much of like the advice they had and kind of the rules they had and everything. But one of the things that the host Stacy was fond of saying was that it doesn't have to match. It just has to go.
Yeah.
So things don't have to be like the same color or, you know, be matchy as long as they overall look right.
I would agree.
And I think it's usually better to find things that look like they go rather than things that are like a perfect match.
I would also say in general, I agree.
Yeah, because it gets, I don't know, boring, I guess, if everything's too coordinated.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just lazy. I guess there's that.
There's also that. And are we cool moving on?
Yeah. Yeah.
The next thing I have written down is also from you. What is, I get the way I phrased it. Let me know if you wanted, like, if you intended it a little differently. What is the furthest acceptable distance when it comes to dating?
Yeah. That is
like, there was a time when I was like, one, I've done long distance and not like that it was easy or anything, but we did it technically. And it wasn't the worst thing in the world. And frankly, like if I don't know, I'm kind of the mind that if you find like the right, like if you find the quote unquote one, that distance doesn't matter.
Well, but I'm not talking about like you have a relationship with somebody where you used to be in the same place and then one of you moves. I'm talking about like you are starting a relationship.
I mean, there was a time when I was like fully prepared to do that.
Prepared to?
I was on international Tinder for a hot minute.
Like you were going to legitimately date people in different countries?
I was thinking about it.
But like, what's the long term? Because you know, like eventually you'll need to be in the same place. Probably, right?
I figured it out. Maybe I was an idiot. Maybe I was an idiot.
Well, no, I'm just gonna say I think it's probably just because I'm older and I'm over it. You know, I'm at this point in my life.
Very
I'm like,
possible.
I don't want to, you know, waste time. And so that's what I've been struggling with, like, you know, dating apps and all that. And I'll get messages from people, and I'd be like, "Oh, he seems kind of cool. Where is he?" And I'm like, "That's an hour and a half away."
I don't know. I think you're limiting yourself if you're anti-hour and a half.
But here's the thing: I can't move.
And so, I mean, I get where you're coming from. I really do. I don't know. I think saying like you have to be within 15 minutes is really limiting.
Is. Like, how far is too far? Because you would have to be driving it regularly.
If we're talking about like you personally, I would say like you gotta see if it's like an hour and a half, not an hour and a half, but like a half hour, 45 minutes. If you're saying no to anyone who's within that range, you're really limiting yourself, bestie.
So that would be your limitation.
I mean, yeah, like in your situation.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go further than half an hour. Because think about how much time that will accumulate to.
I mean, yeah.
And again,
I don't know.
I think it's also for me, I have the added difficulty of, again, I can't move. Just the nature of the job that I have. I have no choice where I live. I did not choose to live in Rochester, but it's where I got hired. And so I can't leave. And if I try to date somebody who lives like further away, they're often not willing to move to Rochester. Whereas if there's somebody who already lives here,
I do get that.
Less of an issue. Because I did date a guy for a while who lived in Syracuse, which is an hour-and-a-half drive. And it just did not go well because we pretty much never saw each other. And he pretty much flat out told me he was never moving to Rochester. And I'm like, well, then what's the point of this?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. It's like, if the person is like, I'm never open to like the idea, like not even open to the idea of ever changing locations, like for a partner or whatever, then like that's a non-starter anyway. Which,
what a weird conversation to have though early on, because it's like, why would we want to get months into this if we know we're never going to be in the same place?
Well, I mean, you make an excellent point.
Yeah, like especially knowing that I can't move, like I'll just float that out there. Be like, no, just the nature of my job. It's hard to find, openings in my area. It's really competitive. So anyway, I'm never leaving.
Understandable.
Yeah, really kind of slip that in there.
But also, I would say, hopefully, like, if you do find a person who you really click with, who's, an hour away, and they are in a slightly more flexible position, like maybe they have a work from home or whatever, would you not hope that, like, if it's going to work out anyway, they would probably be willing to relocate?
I think I'm probably just too jaded at this point in my life.
Well, okay. I'm... Contrary to what the rather gothic exterior might lead you to believe, I really am a romantic, so I'm gonna encourage you to maybe not give up there just yet.
Hey, I've got 13 years of dating on you.
Shut up. Don't want to hear it. Don't care. You will find your person.
Too picky. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no, I think it is interesting because every once in a while I'll get a message from somebody and then I'll look and they're like 3 hours away and I'm like, what? How do you think this works? Who is driving these 3 hours? Right. Not me. No. Absolutely not. Okay. I mean, that's how far it takes me to get to where you are.
I know.
And I still do expect that punch card.
Fine, I'll get on it.
I require a punch card, and I get a punch every time I drive there, and then I get a little prize.
What's the prize?
I don't know. Don't you remember? Did you not see the chat during
I mean, yeah, but what's the point of making a punch card if the prize is just another trip to Albany?
No, I believe that's what Chris said.
That's the exact chat I had in mind.
No, but then Arthur said it would be like a gift befitting whatever. I don't remember how he put it.
I don't either. Anyway,
I don't remember if it was out loud or in the chat. It was in the chat, so it must be preserved somewhere, right? Or not?
Probably. As my sort of final locked-in answer to this question, as the romantic that I am, I would say that love conquers all distance, but your actual acceptable, like, where am I gonna look? That's all down to you, baby.
But it's not love at first. Like, if you're never around the person because they're far away, how do you even
I've also dated 2 people total. I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
But I was also willing to date across an ocean, so...
Well, that was when you were like 22, 23. It's very different.
If I was it would probably be different if I was 36 instead of 26, but if I was currently still single, I'd think about it.
But again, in your 20s.
Sorry.
So maybe the distance varies depending on age.
Also a possibility. We could make a chart with like a points on a graph of like the relationship of age and distance you're willing to date.
Which is funny because you would actually kind of think it'd be the opposite, that like when you get older, you'd be willing to go further because your options are more limited.
Yeah.
I'm no expert. A random clip of, I believe it was Drew Barrymore, that there was like some sort of interview on some talk show, and they were talking about dating apps, and whoever the host was like, "Oh, I think they should combine them all into one app and just call it What's Left."
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm gonna pop that up here, but also,
yeah,
don't be such pessimists.
You will see one day.
No, I won't. God damn it.
We'll be this level of tired.
I will always
and just over all the bullshit.
Fucking romantic.
We'll see.
Listen here, you.
I'm so glad we have all this stuff recorded so that I can pull it back out.
Shut up. You're never gonna need to. All right.
Me too, Chris. Me too.
So the final thing that I have for us is essentially finish this sentence, and it's 2025 had better be/feel like, and then fill in whatever you want. One of the things I have, summer 2025 had better fucking feel like the song 89 Sparkle by Reckless Love, and if it doesn't, I'm gonna be really fucking disappointed.
So rather than like predictions for 2025, it's like what we want out of it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Frankly, the entirety of 2025 had better feel like the album Turborider by Reckless Love. And if it doesn't, I'm going to be really fucking disappointed. Because after the 5th consecutive worst year of my life, I think I'm owed that.
Yeah, again, same, Chris. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I have anything as specific as what you're saying, but I think it's like, I hope that there is hope. Like, that we all just don't like end up wallowing in all the bad, right?
Yeah.
That we can actually see positive things and then good shit happens, and like...
I would like a lot less wallowing in 2025, yes.
Yeah. Because, like, that's not going to do us any good. I mean, I know that I have a tendency to be very much down about...
Oh, I also have a tendency to wallow, which is why I say things like 2025 had better fucking feel like the song, Here Comes the Sun.
You know, I want people to take the anger and the disappointment and the fear and all of those things and turn it into
Use your
action.
Fucking rage.
Yeah.
Use your rage. Use your rage. Use your rage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And just generally down with billionaires.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Down with billionaires. It's open season,
Wealth
baby.
caps. Wealth caps.
Probably wealth caps before open season, but whatever works.
Yeah. No, I want the wealth caps. Once you make so much, the rest goes to charity.
Mm-hmm.
Feed them people.
That's how it should be. All right. Well, unless you have anything particularly specific for the 2025 had better be like, I really only had that one hyper-specific thing just because I've listened to that album a shit ton this year, and I've been like, man, be nice to feel like this more often. Be nice to have this vibe on the regular. So that's what I'm hoping for. And also, I'll link both that song specifically and that album in the description when this goes up on other platforms. But would we like to do the weekly worsening?
I'd say so. It's
All
that
right.
time.
Begin the meditation.
You
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
What do you got for me, Bestie? How are you worse this week?
Mostly just in the same ways as last week. I continue to watch and get irrationally angry at JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I love that for you.
I've gotten through, I don't know how many episodes at this point, nearing the end of season 2, and I think there's like 26 episodes a season.
All right.
But, I mean, this has been in our like weeb chat a little bit, but like every single episode, there are multiple moments that make me upset and confused and like that legitimately make me question my own sanity. And there was actually one of those last night. I took a video of one of those moments last night and I was going to put it in the chat and I was just like, I can't even think about this anymore. Cause
now I want to know.
Cause like, I just don't understand. They have to be on drugs.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
I don't understand.
I am sure that they are, Bestie.
Like, I did send you guys that clip the other day where there was a guy and he just had a cherry on his tongue and movie.
Just the
and any do anything with their tongue, they actually say the word lick over and over again.
Amazing.
Okay. Yeah. It's just the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. And I just can't tell what's supposed to be serious and what's supposed to be weird and what
I think that's part of the appeal for some. It's the not knowing.
I have never seen something like this before that was like so upsetting to me. And I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way. I'm talking upsetting as in like creating such strong emotion, but like lots of different strong emotions. Because sometimes it is genuinely funny on purpose. Like you can tell, like, oh yes, that was supposed to be funny. Okay. But then there are so many moments that, again, I question whether I just saw what I thought I just saw. And then I have to like rewind it and then I watch it again. And then I just keep replaying. And I'm like, is that really
on your toes?
Yeah. And it is very difficult watching it alone, I think, is the thing. Because I just constantly want to talk about and just pick apart all these things that happen. And I have to hold myself back. But see, you can see how this is making me worse. Like it riles me up.
Yes, I can.
It really riles me up.
I absolutely love it.
I just can't. I'm going to make it through this time. This is the longest I've gone before I stop watching it.
I believe in you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame I couldn't get that Dio sweater for this Saturday's Christmas party, but
oh well.
Next year, I'll have my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sweater. By the way, that website has so many good sweaters for like so many different fandoms.
I will take a look.
Literally dozens of pages of them. But again, they're all handmade to order, so it takes a while, which is why I couldn't get it in time. But like video game franchises and sci-fi, and like there were multiple JoJo's ones even. So,
all right,
it's called Anime Ape for some reason. Anime Ape is the website. I'm
Noted.
promoting them just because, just because I thought that it was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah!
Yeah. So there's that, and the power washing continues.
I love that for you.
Power washing simulator.
One of the ways that I'm worse is that I have started playing Fallout 76.
Yeah, I've noticed.
And the wasteland calls me. I don't know what it is.
So that more so than Fallout 4 now?
Have I been playing that more so than Fallout 4 the past week? Yes, absolutely.
Hey, I played Fallout 76 for like 3 hours.
I know.
That's my total.
We played together. It was fun. We should do that again.
Time.
Not tonight because you have grading to do, but in general,
Yeah.
we should definitely do that again. I had a good time.
Yeah, I mean, if I achieve my goal of getting all grading done by the end of the day, that's it. Like I
believe in you.
So that's my plan, because then I don't have to do work tomorrow.
Yay.
And I can just prepare myself for the days ahead.
One of the other ways that I'm worse is so this is a new ghost shirt, fucking shocker, but it ties into other ways that I'm worse. My Right Here Right Now, the Ghost movie came out on physical release finally, and they had these cool bundles of the movie plus stuff. So of course I got the most deluxe version you possibly could because of who I am as a person. And it came with this shirt, the Blu-ray, hell yeah, a skeleton dancer plushie, and the popcorn bucket.
That looks like it's from a baseball stadium.
So oh my god, thank you. I actually re-dyed my hair literally today because my roots were starting to show and I wanted to look nice for the multiple parties that I have coming up. So nice to see that people noticed. But my ghost collection continues to expand. That's a way that I'm worse. And another way that I'm worse is that I ordered a similar, super deluxe release, but it's of Reanimator because they're re-releasing it for the 40th anniversary in 2025.
They are? That's exciting.
So I ordered that as well, and I'm very excited about it.
I wish they'd release it in a version how they do for some things where it's sort of interactive. There's something like my copy of Holy Grail where you get to flip animals over top of the thing because it's castle shaped. I don't know what it would be, but it
I don't really know either, but I definitely do feel that. But it is going to be it's 4K Ultra HD restoration, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, it's good.
Ugly Sweater Party for the win, indeed. I cannot wait to see you there. But that's mostly how I'm worse this week. I continue to collect things, and I continue to wander the wastes.
Yeah.
Are you worse in any other ways?
I feel like it's probably just because of finals that, I've been so busy but I have been doing a lot of power washing when I should be, working.
It happens.
I will admit I'll probably power wash just a little bit after this before I get back into grading because I haven't taken a break all day. And it's just a little bit. I was power washing a subway station. I gotta finish it.
You got things to do. Hey, understandable.
I don't understand why this game is so addictive, but it truly is. And plus, I haven't found a gnome yet, but I know it's lurking somewhere in the subway station.
Every time I find one in Fallout 76 now, I think of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with all of that being said, I promoed just about everything I possibly could while you were getting your computer issues fixed. So remember all of those and come check out all the stuff that's coming up on the network. Join us for our Ugly Sweater Party at the Bull and Bee. And yeah, with all that being said, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you. And we will be back again, not next week because Christmas, just a week away.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Sweater Party. We got links. Take a look at them. So we will not be back next week. We will have the stream this Thursday, this Friday. We will have a stream next Thursday, but there will be no new episode next Wednesday because it will be Christmas. So just putting that out there. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming on December 1st, actually. So
excellent.
We will see y'all on December 1st.
Did you say December 1st?
Not December 1st. Jesus fucking Christ. January 1st.
Okay. I legitimately questioned my sense of time for a second. I was like, isn't it currently December?
Brain doesn't.
Don't scare me like that.
My brain has been making the dial-up noise instead of thoughts for quite some time now.
You and me both, which is now why I was like, maybe she's right. Maybe it's not December yet.
Exactly that. January 1st. Wednesday, January 1st. We'll be back then. So we'll see you then. Adios, everybody. This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday, and for ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!